Hey guys, I'm always AFK, and I've got another speedrun to show you all. And this one's actually really interesting because it's almost entirely based on movement rather than combat, meaning we don't need any levels, and more importantly, we don't need to do trial of one. Now, originally I was going to upload a much slower run with a time of about 23 minutes, but as I was writing the script for that video, I came up with a couple more strategies to lower the time even further. One of them being spawning as a Void Walker and then going straight to the Shrine of Blasphemy for the 3 levels we need to go down to layer 2. Also, this video is heavily cut so I can keep things interesting for the casual viewer, but if you are interested in seeing the full run, I've linked it in the description as always. Also, to do this, we need to make sure we max out our knowledge with the new ecosystem so we can actually use this shrine. And then once we use the shrine, we can combat log to this mud skipper so we can go down to the depths. We chose the hollow modifier, meaning that any overworld depth sends us straight to the depths, so we only need to die once. Once we spawn in, we just jump right down to layer 2 since we now meet the requirements for it, and we focus on just like optimal movement all the way to Bonekeeper. There's a few skips that I thought might be faster to do, like clipping into the Ignition Union base, but it turns out it doesn't actually end up being any faster due to the way the Bonekeeper skip works. So we're just gonna move through the wind and pick our talents, prioritizing passive agility for that increased wall climb. For whatever reason, during this next session, I got super lucky and encountered almost no wind. Not sure why this happened, but I can't complain. Also, sorry about the talent cards getting in the way. I tried to get rid of them all as soon as I could, but, it takes forever now. Also, take note of the shortcut here. You can do it in any slot, and it saves 30 seconds. It's super useful. Now, Bonekeeper is too scary to fight legit, so we're going to actually jump off this bridge. And we can actually dash and land on this platform here. And for whatever reason, if you get far enough away from the Bonekeeper arena, his little blue barriers despawn. So, you can just walk right past him. But it takes a bit for that to activate. So while we wait, we can get a health pack from this NPC. Now we just have to get back to the Bonekeeper, and we're going to just have some optimal movement there, just make our way back around. And we're going to stop at the lanterns here, because I think this is part of what makes that blue barrier despawn. I'm not really sure why this works, but it does, and I really can't complain. Now we got to be careful not to get hit by the Bonekeeper's attacks here, because HP is a valuable resource, and I need as much possible for the chaser fight. After we activate the generator, we can head back and jump off from here to get down to the Ignition base while avoiding the wind. There are some trees we can land on to mitigate our fall damage here, and that's going to let us skip knocking another NPC for a health pack, which takes a lot of time. Like I said earlier, it is possible to clip into this Ignition Union base and get our hook just a little bit earlier, but because we need to kill time to perform Bonekeeper skip anyways, it doesn't help that much in the end, especially considering how difficult the clip is to pull off due to the thickness of the door. There might be a way to perform it more consistently, but I couldn't figure it out, and the benefit isn't really worth it. Anyways, we need the Ignition hook so we can take the shortcut up here to Fire. There's a hook right outside the Ignition base we can use to avoid a part of that scary Bounder cave section. can also clip through this thin door here to get to the light speeder a lot faster. I always do this when I do layer 2. You all should do it too. It's really easy to clip through. The store is like too thin. This part got me killed in a lot of runs too because of the fall damage, and still that much chunking me, especially this upcoming part with the bounder in the hallway. Just be careful not to let that bounder hit you because he will do half your HP. After we get out of the cave, we can talk to the chief, get our talent, and then head right back down into the caves again. Not for long though, since we are going to immediately head towards the blue door that was closed off before we got that talent from the chief. We can then use these protrusions on the wall here to prevent fall damage. Unfortunately, we cannot prevent the hearing damage caused by the bounder spawning in here though. After that, we just have to make our way up to Chaser and avoid taking damage from the bony boys in the way there, which I totally do. Be careful not to fall during this part, as you do not have enough HP to survive at this point in time. There's probably a fast way to navigate through this section, but I only got to this point a couple times because the Chaser himself isn't too difficult. The bone keepers in the way to Chaser pose more of a threat than he himself does, though the only move you really need to watch out for is a spear throw. They will snipe you right into the bottomless pit if you don't parry it. Just try to move past them as fast as you can. Also, if you dash here correctly, you can grab onto the middle of the ladder. I didn't do it right in this round because my dash was still on cooldown when I jumped, but it looks really cool if you do it right. Once we arrive at Chaser, we can give him a little smack to start the fight a little bit earlier, and all we have to do now is break his little bub barrels, and the fight is over in about 3 minutes, unless we mess up. Some tricks I use to make the fight easier is to spit on him when he goes down for that little tiny bit of HP. I also do my best to get up on these pesky platforms whenever he isn't attacking me, just in case one of the blood barrels activates while I'm up there, and that paid off a couple times in this run. But yeah, that's pretty much the run explained. It's actually a lot of fun, especially compared to the other speedruns I've done in the past. So I'm excited to optimize this on stream or maybe compete with other people who want to beat my time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in like a month. Goodbye.